Okay, that's it, no? So no laboratory. For the entire semester, we will be having 54 hours, no? For 18 weeks. But then again, we are behind 1 week already. So I think we have some natay i-congest nga no gamay nga lessons or activity. So for the subject, I do expect that everyone already got the subject, the prerequisite of the subject. So what's the prerequisite of the subject? Fundamentals of electronic circuits. Naanabay, same with logic, no? Naabay, enrollees diri nga wala pa kakuhaani nga subject as per the prerequisite. Wala ra, no? So, I guess, tanan, kuha na. Kay if ever, wala, nabay wala ka kuha, kuha ra tanan. Ang naani nga meeting. So far, nakakuha ra tanan. How about class mayor will answer? So far, ang ni-enroll okay, yes, no? Mm-hmm. Okay, so for the course content, no, of the subject, so following your CMO, so we have here the following topics, no? So I just interchange the first, okay, 4 with I originally written last time katong akong nahatag na syllabus last time, so I just na-revision gamay. So we will begin our lesson with history of data communication and so on, no? And its related topics such as transmission media, technologies, and mode of transmission mode and standards, and including error detection and correction. So for that, so merely that would cover your somewhat midterm summative test, and the rest would be for finals, no? And basically for finals would majority cover the other part of communication, the digital com, no? So okay, by the way, later we will be, when we deal with digital communication, why we need to digitize data communication instead of merely having it plain to communicate data. So why we need to digitize? So for the course, for the subject itself, by the way, the other term for subject as per CHED, okay, we have the term course. And for our BSCpE course, the proper term would be program, not course, no? Course is referring to to a subject, no? Per subject matter, no? So for our PO, program outcome, so we base it our course learning outcome will be based on this program outcomes that we have. So we have, I guess, 12, no, from our CMO. So I guess in your data and computer engineering and discipline, I introduced already our CMO 87 series of 2017. It is where we base our program outcomes. So for this subject, okay, so as we map our curriculum from our curriculum, so I come up with, no, so in relation to our PO, we came up with course outcome. So I got 3, no? So and that kanang tulo, I spread it in our learning objectives, or we call it the specific learning outcome for that particular topic. So course outcome is somewhat semestral output, no? Equivalent to that. So majority na atay midterm output, final output, no? And then we have per topic output or come up outcomes, giterm siya outcomes pagkakaroon, no? And I make it sure na ma-align ta na, no? Ma-align ang atong gibuhat, activities and content, as well as learning activities, as well as assessment tasks to our learning objectives, course outcome, and PO, no? So for the course, no? So we will be, so for CO1, or course outcome 1, So we target to have engage in the different elements. So as per CMO, mamani ang arrangement sa course content, but then it could be interchanged, no? We will be engaging to the different elements of PCM block. Okay, the postcode, no, modulation block, diagram section. So natay each topic ani, no, the transmission media and the transmission modes and standards, no, used in digital communication. Okay, and then we have also to comprehend the different information theory, okay, as well as the error detection and correction, encryption and decryption, and then data security, no. So by the way, when we have data security, okay, for a while, I have interruptions here. Okay, and then for course outcome number 2, somewhat comprehension, understanding, deep understanding on the information theory, error detection and correction, encryption and decryption. So it is used for data security and data integrity. So it is in relation to your course description. Okay, so your course description, by the way, is this one, no? This course mainly focuses on what? Fundamentals of data and digital com. So it could be interchanged. Some of the titles, it have it digital and data com. Other references have it data and digital com. So they are interrelated to each other because most of the time or nowadays, our data communication is integrated or uses digital communication. No? So that is why those two words would not be separated. No? Data and digital com. And also it includes topics on when we have data communication kasi we will be into data security and integrity of data we are sending. No? So that is why our course outcome would relate to this course description also. No? So dapat dili ta mawala ana nga sana focus, no? And lastly, for the CO3 or course outcome number 3, no? So daghan pag yung i-pass, no? So we are 59. So we are to trace the history of data communication. So for our lesson 1, so this time I'll be sending it again to your Google Classroom, the slight revision of your syllabus, no? Anyway, same content, nag-interchange lang ko nag-swap lang ko sa arrangement. So, kani ang top, after midterm na ni, so I just swap. Because as I see it, I think we need to tackle first so that you could understand what is really data communication before digitizing it, no? But as it is arranged in your CMO, gaon na gid si digital com, no? Dito na siya digital com. So, can I stop share this? I will proceed to our lesson. Okay. Okay, do you see my screen, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, the references for this is, okay, found in your syllabus. No? So, for topic 1 or for this week, week 1, no? So, intro to data communication. So, I'll be giving you the overview of data communication, its components as part of your assignment last time. the different data representation it brings, the mode of the transmission modes, and then lastly is by the way, the technologies being used in transmission. Okay, so part of transmission modes. Okay, so that's it. So for hopefully we could have it all this morning. So for the overview of what's data communication is, so first we have to somewhat familiarize with what is communication. So I think in your English subject, you had it already. But to simplify the term communication, it's simply sharing of information. By the way, in IT world, information and data differs. So as we define here, so when we say data, representation of facts, concepts, and instructions in a formalized manner suitable for communication. Representation of facts. So it could be facts, it could be concepts, it could be instructions. So that's part of, we call it data. And then, yun sa manang datahan na, in a formalized manner, suitable for communication. So kay tungod kay i-communicate man nato data communication man, so it should be suitable, for communication, interpretation, processing by human beings or by automatic means. So meaning by use of machines. So again, data representation of facts, concepts, instruction. So makita tag mga ana na instruction, data din siya, And then, so, formalized manner suitable for communication lang, or interpretation or processing, So, it could be human beings would process or machine. And then information, so we have term information, the meaning that is currently assigned to data, by means of the conventions applied to those data. So, meaning, imo na siyang gi-modify ang data, So sa giingon pa, data is unprocessed information. So moingon kag information, processed data. So or moingon ka og sana tanang information is data, but not all data are information. So that's what I mean. So by the way, balik ko diri sa ibabaw, after we have data and information, we have also this term tele plus the word communication. Again, communication is sharing of information. So why? As we added the word tele, so tele means, so when we say telecommunication daw, communication at a distance, So meaning tele is somewhat related to far distance. So not just within, makita lang nato siguro, So that is why we have the term telephony, telegraphy, or television, because we already communicate to at a wider distance, far distances. So clear ang first four terms. Clear lang. Naabay question before I go to the main definition of data communication. So again, we already defined data. And we already described communication. We combine both. So what is the meaning, or we say, how we describe data communication? So anybody? May I request Ms. Kotanda to read the definition?
Ma'am? Putol-putol ari mo.
Putol-putol ko, day? O ikaw?
Ako putol-putol.
Sige lang, si kinsamay mo basa. Basa lang kay buntag pa, Signapay, pa na mata, Sige, can I call o post Aldrin to read definition of data communication? Asa may mga tawhanan eh.
morning, ma'am.
Okay, yes. Okay, open cam daw, be. Isa mo na ni si Aldrin. Oh, Aldrin. Okay, you may read definition. Isa mo ni si ma'am, nag-recitation man, no? Sige, sige lang, no?
Sa
Para
communication,
boring man kayo, kapura, no? Sige.
data communication is the exchange of data between two devices through a communication medium.
Okay, thank you. That's at least nakadungog ko ni Aldrin, no? Nakita bukos kagwapo ni Aldrin, no?
Right? Pamahon. Sutia.
Muted ka, ma'am.
Ay, asa ko na mute? Paong din ako. Asa ko na mute, guys?
Dapit data communication.
Asa dire? Components na? Asa na?
Sugod sa data communication, ma'am.
Uy, ginoo ko. O ba? Okay, data communication is the exchange of data between two devices through a communication medium. So again, so moingon ka og bana nang pugyaw-yaw. Yung di ay, no? Okay, when we say exchange of data between two devices, so data, it could be an information, it could be a raw data, no? So, meaning, kung two devices na siya, receiver device o transmitter device, no? And then may kag communication medium, so na siya agian, no? Before ka makatransport, no, of data from one place or one station point to another, no? And then when we have this data communication, we need to be effective enough to deliver data. So, or we have here the effectiveness of this we call data communication depends on these three um, somewhat criteria, no? So when we say we have delivery, accuracy, and timeliness, no? So when we say delivery, the data must be received by the intended receiver. Alangan naman, no? So, di ba, ang issues about delivery right now, no? So it could be, no? Yes, the abot na deliver to the receiver. So that's the main concern, no? But how about the accuracy? Is it the, no? It is really the data being expected by the receiver to receive, no? So, naadi ring note na the data that had been altered in transmission, meaning naguba siya during transmission, tungkol siguro kay na yung mga distortion or na yung mga noise, no? Dili na siya a perfect data from transmission, kung unsa gyud to. So, nadiri not corrected is ma-unusable na magyud na, no? So, nonsense na nga data if ever not corrected, no? So, it should be kung consider ka accuracy, what you see is what you get yun, no? And then, timeliness, it should be real-time transmission. So, before, wala pa real-time. Okay? Pero sa mga karon, no? Video call, di ba? So, nanatay nga na, no? So, kuwang na lang daw later as it is published last time, no? I read it mga 5 years ago pa man, no? So, puhon daw, pwede na daw ma-send ang sense of smell. No? So, nabataan na nga ko, no? Sense of smell na, no? Kung magtawagay mo phone, no? Kung nga ka, okay, ayo, idol, imong baba sa phone kay nanglagsik imong laway, no? Or bako imong baba, di ba? Or, no? Sa CR, or nagluto ka, somebody is in the US, video call mo, pwede niya masimhot imong niluto, no? So, kanindot, no? Sense of smell ang masend. Before, imposible ang video call, di ba? But right now, so it's very possible. So that's it, no? So we could say that effectiveness of this data communication depends on these three criteria, no? The delivery, the accuracy, and timing. So nag-gets rin this three, kuhara. Before I proceed to components of data communication. So for the components of data communication, as it should need to deliver, it should be accurate, it should be timely, no? So there are 5 things being involved, 5 components. We term it components. So of course we have the message to be sent. That's the first, no? And then we have the sender of the message, and then the receiver of that message, and then we have the medium of that message. So kung may ito agianan, it could be wired, wireless, no? Okay, and then we have the protocol. No? So protocol is somewhat set of rules that govern data communication. So it represents an agreement between the communicating devices. So si receiver na siya yung mga protocols or instructions or no, standards to be followed to send data, no? As well as si receiver, no, nasa siya protocol to follow, no, upon receiving the data. So far, daghan pang mga extra component, but these are the main 5 components of data communication. So again, first is kumawa ni silang 5, so medyo kulangan na to ang data communication. So naay dapat message, syempre, no, mo i-send to the sender. So the sender will send that message passing through a medium before it reach to the receiver. And both of those sender and receiver have protocols, no, being followed. So, ng substance ang components. Nag-gets ra? Walay chat? Nag-gets ra, class?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. message is the information to be communicated, and message could be a text, numbers, picture, sound, video. So later daw na sense of smell. Part na siya sa message. Pero I don't know, isod siguro na, no? Tapos siguro kayo gamiton nga, no? Sound ka na, no? So, posible karon kay maposible na later, no? So, sa mga future, no? Kasi kamoy maka-create ana guys, no? Ang computer scientist, no? And then the sender is the device that sends the message. Then the receiver is the device that receives. Medium is the physical path by which a message could travel. And then protocols are set of rules that govern data communication. So far, sounds good, no? There are a lot of terms na, no? Kaya ra ang mga terms. Interconnected raman. Communication, telecommunication, tele means far, no? Data, information, and then datacom. So, okay pa ta? Okay pa? Before I proceed to the next pages about data representation and then transmission mode. Okay pa? Kaya pa siya, class?
Continue.
Okay. So, when we have this data communication, we need to represent our data in order to be suitable for transmission, no? Suitable for interpretation, processing of, suitable for processing. So, for data representation, we have this different data representation. We have a text data, numbers, images, audio, video, no? So, basically, kana pa man ang na-discover as of now, no? So, we have here, when we say text, it is represented by bit pattern. Again, what does it mean by bit, no? It's a shortcut term for binary digit. So, that's bit, no? So, it consists of zeros and ones only. Okay? So, when we say text represented by bit pattern, which is in the form of symbols of a language. So, sa text representation, we have this representation like the baudot, the Ascii, the extended Ascii, the Unicode, the ISO, and EBCDEC. So how do you pronounce it? EBCDEC. No? So Bisaya ra, no? So when we say baudot, it's a telex code having 5-bit code. So ang iyang representation is 5-bit code, no? So later, after you search on these terms, we say, no, so I made it as an assignment, so additional readings for you guys. So read about baudot code, Morse code, okay? So the following being highlighted, no? And then later part, we will be having an activity on this, no, related to these codes, no? So muratag mo balik sa sinauna, no? Makabasa ba ta og beep 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 lang, no, or dot 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 lang, no? So yes, upon learning this one, because these are the mga sinaunang panahon nga gigamit by militaries, no, for security purposes sa ilang communication before telegraphy, before telephony. So or ani ga base sila tanan, no, kani nga mga code of representation, no? So remember, baudot is 5-bit code. So when we say ASCII, it's a 7 bits code for each symbol. Okay? So kaning atong kaning ato ang keyboard. So we are following ASCII standard here, no? So dapat tayo gitawag og extended ASCII. Okay? So extended ASCII is similar to ASCII but it uses 8-bit representation. So we have also here Unicode. Unicode uses 16-bit code to represent a text, no, or a symbol, no. And then we have ISO, 32-bit symbol, and then we have EBCDEC, 8-bit code. So later we will have a comparison on kay 8-bit man sa this extended and EBCDEC. So we will have comparison later on these two text code. So far, si text representation, medyo daghan siya og sana daghan siya sub-representation. So when we say text, we have this 5, no? Natay Ascii, Baudot, Unicode, Extended Ascii, ISO, ABCDEC. So I guess terms naman, no? So you can review this material, and then we have also for numbers, a bit pattern that simplifies mathematical operation, usually in binary form. So anyway, sa kani nga mga representation, you could represent numbers as text, di ba? So, pwede ra ma-appeal si numbers, no? So, when we say images, so images refers to the matrix of pixels, no? Picture per element, no? Murag mahog nga, no? So, when we say pixel, so sa TV na to, monitor, computer monitor, mga LCDs, mga katong mga ray tube, cathode ray tube na monitor. So, pixels ang tawag. Kung makita ka nga nag-lights on or na color atong screen, so it's because of pixels, no? So, naatay RGB or pixels and grayscale. So, mo na yung mga pixel representation. Audio represents representation of sound, so it could be almost always continuous and analog. Diba ka nang magawa sa microphone, waves man ni, no? Kaning sound waves, no? And then video also is continuous, so kanang naa sa tong mga TV camera or combination of discrete entities. So far, that's how we represent data suitable for communication para dali ra siya i-travel or i-transport, no? So, natay mga representation sa atong text, sa atong numbers, sa atong images, sa atong audio, atong video. So, question aning data representation. So I want you to read more on this, no? Kani nga mga text representation. So, don't limit yourselves to Baudot Morse code. You may also look on the Ascii. Unsa man ni iyang Ascii mga table ni, no? Pangitaan ninyo Ascii table, Unicode, no? ABCDEC, on how they represent characters or text, no? Data. Okay, so for nahuman na ta data representation, giandam na nato ang data suitable for communication. So we will be using transmission, no? Mode of transmission. So giunsa man siya pag-transmit, no? So our data could be transmitted in 3 ways. It could be simplex, half duplex, or full duplex. So what does it mean? So when we say simplex, so the direction of data is one direction only, from the transmitter to receiver. Let's say for example from a mainframe to a monitor. So ingani ra one-way direction ra si simplex. So signals are transmitted only in one direction, where one station is the transmitter and the other is the receiver. So that's simplex. So simple raman, so ingana ra, no? Na kay transmitter padong ni receiver. And then when we say half duplex, before come about the full duplex, no? So we have half, both stations may transmit but not simultaneously, one at a time siya, no? So what does it mean? At time 1, ang direction ni data is from transmitter to receiver. And then another time po, dili pwede dungan, no? Nga at the same time nag-transmit o nag-receive, no? So at time 2, a direction of data is from receiver to transmitter. So wala siya, no? And then, kung full duplex na, so both station may transmit simultaneously. So, at the same time, pwede mo receive, pwede mo transmit. So, the direction of data are all the time. So, mo na siya example of mode of transmissions, no? So, kani siya is purely kung mura lang ni og peer-to-peer communication ra, no? Or peer connection. Transmitter, receiver, receiver, transmitter. Pero what if we have this term networks na, no? So, transmitter could not be only be a transmitter, it could be a receiver at the same time, no? Or vice versa, unya, too many machines pa, no? Or from many machines, no? One is to many, Dili siya one is to many to many na, no? So when we say networks of, no, so parts sa iyahang, no, so the way we transmit is not limited to this. So we have networks already. So network is set of data or nodes, no, connected by a communication link. So when we say communication link, so naay siya'y path nga giagian pero many, no, many paths ang iyang giagian, no. So tungod kay many man, we call it network. So mura na siya og kanang sa gamba pa web, no. No? So far kung set of devices or na siya mga nodes involved. So nodes, so saan ang mga nodes? Murag mga station point, no? Station point siya, no? Kanang naanatay network involved. So dili ra siya peer-to-peer nga from receiver or points A to B lang, no? So daghan siya nodes of connectivity. And then when we say distributed processing, so parts sa sa way of transmitting your data, no? Distributed ang tawag, no? So the task is divided among multiple computers instead of having a centralized processing. So kasagaran naatay mga type of networks man sa, no? Kaning networks na amantay centralized main server nga po yung ana, no? Depende man sa network, no? Na ay bus, na ay, no? So or topology nga iyang gi-follow, no? So kung mayong kag distributed, mura ni siya hierarchical nga way, no? Task is divided among multiple computers instead of having a centralized processing. So mo na siya pasabot sa distributed. So in terms of having network, so natay mga network criteria nga gitawag, no? So when we say performance of that network, no? So the transmit time and the response time, importante ni kaayo, no? So actually add-on technologies na ni, no? Transmission technologies na, no? So when we say transmit time, the time required to do for a message to travel from one node to another. So network criteria na ta, no? So when we say network consists of nodes, no? Connected in communication link, no? And then we have response time. So what is this response time? It's the elapsed time between inquiry and the response. So mura man ni og sa baan ni for a while, guys. Ay, i-off sa nako. Sa bang off ani. Liwaros, no? Okay, so for factors include we have here sa performance, no, ng area. Factors include numbers of users at, no, type of transmission medium, hardware and software. So kanang sana. So part of network criteria, we have reliability and security also, no? When you say reliability, frequency of failure, time to recover from failure, as well as the network robustness in catastrophe. So sa siya kaligon in terms of catastrophes, no? So mo na reliability. So security also is protection from unauthorized access. So mo man ni mag-abot maning duha. So far for network criteria, so mo ni mga i-consider the performance, the reliability and security. So dili basta-basta mo gama og network. Some of our graduates, okay, they work on performance side, no, reliability side and then security side. So later mamili ra ta ani asa ta, no, specialized ta ani, no, in dealing with this data transmission. And so na-mention ko point to point gaganiha. So natay mga physical structure, no, in dealing with sana data communication, no. So natay type of connection. Okay. For a while. Okay. So for physical structure, duha ni kaklase na atay type of communication, type of connection I mean, and then the other one is the physical topology, no? So naka-mention ko ganina topology, di ba? Network topology. So when we say type of connection, is it point to point? It simply means dedicated link between two devices only. It could be wire or wireless, no? So, mo na point to point na dedicated link lang yun. So, when you say multi-point or multi-drop, more than one devices share a single link. So, mura ni siya ingani, no, og forma, no. So, na ay source and then more than one devices are sharing single link. So, natay gitawag na po siya type, no, the spatially shared or the time shared, no. So, kaning spatially shared is simultaneous use. Kaning usa is time share, use take turns. Are you still with me, guys? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Dunggan pa?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, just checking. 62, no? Daghan na di ay, no? Walo ray wala, no? Okay, well, it's a good number na, no? So, another type of connection is the hierarchical. Mao ni siya murag, di ba naka-mention ta og distributed og network, no? So, murag mix na ni, no? Kaning type of connection. Na ay network ani, no? Na ay gitawag og network, na ay gitawag og distributed. Hierarchical is ingani iyang forma, no? So, murag na ay main, no? And then sub-main, and then ay naka-connect sa niya, no? The users, computers or nodes, when we say users, no? They are computers or nodes in the same geographical area. So, they are grouped together. So, let's say, kani sila kaha, no? Mga group of mini computers, ani nga area, no? And then the other one also, no? So, per geographic area are grouped together as a cluster and then connected to a network. So, murag di gyud siya direct kay dapat i-group sila una, ma-connect sila sa usa ka server and then going to the main server, no? So, in here, in our example, we have mainframe, then atay mga workstations for workstations or mini computers, no? Yan ay mga personal computers connected sa mini computers. No? So, by the way, natay mga type of computers before, no? Na-discuss na to sa atong programming 1, no? Or introduction gamay na ay macro, na ay mini computer. So, it's more on server type. So, we have mainframe computers, then naapod tayo super computers, diba? Last time. Examples of mga mainframe computers kanang gigamit sa mga GSIS, SSS, no? So, last time bitaw naguba na, no? So, ang sa SSS, no? So, daghan sang data nga nga alter, no? And then, we have also type of connection, kaning gitawag na to, strongly connected or fully connected, no? So, we have here, all the nodes are connected to each other by separate link. So, ingani yung forma, connected to each other. So, merkintahay node 1 to sa may siya na-connect, no? Node 5. So, computer nodes, PC are fully connected. So, mura siya diamond, tanaw, no? Lisod siya gubuon yun, no? Ang usa ka computer is naka-connect sa daghan, no? Halos tanang computers. And vice versa, no? So, mo na siya strongly connected. So, kung ana ka-establish atong network, probably, ang possibility nga ma-down is, kung ma-down nga area, kani nga line, N2 kintahi to N5, na pa siya option, na siya laing way how to communicate, no? So, nindot sa doing ani ang connection, no? So far, those are all about connection type. How about physical topology? So, it's just a geometric representation of the relationship of all the links or nodes. So, natay different types of topology, katong mesh, star, bus, and ring topology. So far, mo ni mga dagway sa connectivity. So when we say mesh, no? So, ingani iyang forma. Na siya star plus connected pag yung tanan all around, no? So, we have some advantages and then disadvantages. So, when we say mesh, dedicated point-to-point link lang, no, to every other devices. So, kari kaha, mesh kaha ni, no? Basta kay strongly connected na siya, no? So, ang nakanindot ni topology na agad siya ay patterns. Murag ka ng gisunod nga shapes or, no? So, nasa mga thesis nga murag ingani lang ilang gigama, solutions lang on how they could deliver data. They created network. So, part man ni sa atong field, no? So, pwede ra sa ingani atong thesis, no? Gi-accept nga thesis ron, research proposal, no? Kuan lang, magama lang sila topology unsaon pag distribute, no? Sa katong usa ka company. They are giving Wi-Fi, sa to piso Wi-Fi ba to, no? Isa mga they're linking murag dili ra internet cafes, no? Also companies distributing it, no? So mo na ilang thesis. So ang pinaka thesis is katong topology nga ilang gamon, and then as well as katong database and systems nga ilang gamon, no? So far di allow they'll be using topology, no? So probably either be naa sa star or ring bato ilang gamiton, no? So as per their proposal. So advantages sa mesh, each connection can carry its own data or load. It's robust, ligon gyud, no? And then privacy or security, maka-establish gyud, no? And then fault identification and isolation is easy. Kay kung kani nga point to point lang ang naguba, dali ra siya i-troubleshoot niya. Napatay option nga ma-communicate ang other part nga wala naguba, no? Disadvantage, so amount of cabling. So medyo cast good siya, no? A number of I/O ports required. Medyo daghan-daghan. Kay tagsaan yung usa ka kuan, usa ka station. Let's say this one, this one here, the topmost. So pila iyang connectivity. So kaning 5 plus communicate pa gyud siya intercross, no? So medyo expensive gyud, no? And then its uses kaning mesh, ang gamit yun niya is it serve as a backbone connecting the main computers of a hybrid network. So matawag na tong hybrid kay mix of point to point and multi-point connectivity siya, no? So question sa mesh, how about diri nga part sa ibabaw? Natay question before ko mo proceed kay medyo daghan pa. Gamay na lang, no? Clear lang? Are you still with me, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Sino na gipang duka diha? I too fast? Or okay ra? Paspas ra ba ko? For a while?
Saka,
Okay, for a while guys, na interruption sa OPSEM. Importante lang dito bagon from EDP, no? Sorry. Alright, so sige, so can I proceed to start topology? Gamay na lang di ay, no? Okay, we have here each device sa star has a dedicated link only to a central controller. So na siya central hub unya kuan kanang central hub as the source of connection. So dili siya star o dili siya buraani, no? Na siya central hub and then connecting sides of networks. So characteristic, no direct traffic between devices. Yes, less expensive, easy to install or reconfigure, and so it's a robust thing, ligon sa ning network. And then easy fault identification and isolation also, but okay, more cabling and dependent on hub lang. Mo ni disadvantage, murag mahog, no? So what if lami lagi siya na isolation, what if ang hub mismo ang ma-down? So mura sa day problema ni star. Okay? Then we have bus. So bus, no? So na siya main line, unya na yung mga nitap nga net station point, no? So one long cable acts as a backbone to link all devices or nodes, no? So connected to cable by drop lines and taps, no? So ang advantages, easy to install, uses less cable lang. Kay usara man, no? Yan ang gitap lang. Disadvantage, difficult reconnection or isolation kay asa may nadaot ani, no? Ita ka-identify dayon, no? And then signal reflection in taps can cause degradation in quality, and then fault or break in the bus cable stops all transmission. Ay maguba diri nga may maputol, so di nakaabot didto, no? So manay disadvantage, no? And then we have ring. So mani forma ni ring, murag sing-sing lang, galingin, no? So each device has a dedicated point-to-point connection only with the two devices, okay, on either side of it, no? And then each device acts as repeater. So mura ra ni siya og kanang sana saba. So each device has dedicated man a point-to-point connection only, and then with the two devices. So kani connected diri. Kanina sa diha. So murag limit mura siya peer-to-peer pero continuous lang, no? So easy to install and reconfigure. And then fault isolation is simplified. And then maximum maximum ring length and number of devices. And then we have a break in the ring could disable the network. So usay maputol, disable na tanan.
Hello, everybody. Hello, hello.
Hello, good morning. I'm back. Hello, do you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Daghan sang na no, burn out sad. Continue recording bagyapon bisag napawngan na or stop ang recording.
Ni continue, ma'am.
Okay? So sige lang, last two na, no? Let's finish na lang this one. Okay? Sige. Pabalik. Last naman di ay hybrid, no? Hybrid topology is combination of star and ring. So look at it. We have a hub, main connection point. That's a star network. And then we have also bus network here, and then ring, and then star. So far, we call it hybrid because it's combination of almost all topology, except mesh. No? Okay, so okay, as for your assignment, you may search on the different data representation, especially table on how they represent characters. No? And then we'll be having some activities later. Next week, I'll be giving you practice exercises from that, no? Please from those data representation. So, questions, guys? Sorry for that many interruptions. Questions? Hello? Are you still with me? Is there any question? Wala na. Can we stop this one?
Okay na, ma'am.
Recording. Okay, that's all for today, guys. You may leave now. Thank you for... by the way, please screenshot the attendance. And I will leave. Okay, please give me the attendance per section. Okay, that's all for today, guys. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.